last 2 years, I've spoken often of the variety of ways we can approach and connect to the presence of the sacred. Some would say, unless it's their way, it's the wrong way, not the one way, which makes our way no way to them. I would offer there are many, many ways on the way to the one and each other. In our efforts to discover the one, we strive to voice the name of the ineffable, trying to better understand that which can never, in this permutation of existence, fully be known. We cry out to God, or Yahweh, or the other, or the ground of all being, or Allah, Atman, or Jesus, or the ultimate reality, or any one of a myriad of different expressions in our attempts to analyze, categorize, synthesize, acculturize, and formalize our belief. We build, shape, size, form, construct, or restore cairns and cathedrals, caves and cabinets, in an attempt to give shelter to the Alpha and Omega of all creation, presuming our skills of conception can better define and ensconce the essence. Perhaps we try too hard. The prophet Isaiah lived 700 years before the birth of Christ, and yet we are offered through the prophet's voice an awareness of God that speaks to the yearning of our hearts today. Pay close attention now, he says. I'm creating new heavens and a new earth. All the earlier troubles, chaos, and pain are things of the past to be forgotten. Look ahead with joy. Anticipate what I'm creating. We covet joy. And in the coveting, we build physical definitions of what it means to be church, hoping the defining of space will also be the clarifying of boundaries, and that our boundaries will be pleasing to the Lord, and that our architectural prowess will gain us street cred. Perhaps we try too hard. Pay close attention now. It is God creating the new heaven and the new earth in this moment. Our job is to anticipate with joy what God is creating. Isaiah, in that God voice that Isaiah intones so well, declares the troubles, chaos, and pain are things of the past, to be forgotten. That we should look ahead with joy. We should look ahead with joy rather than be encumbered with an edifice complex. Isaiah suggests that God does not need or want us to build an edifice of grandiosity to house the holy. That's not where joy will be discovered. God, through Isaiah's voice, says, "Heaven's my throne, earth is my footstool. What sort of house could you build for me? What holiday spot reserve for me? I made all this. I own all this," decrees God. You see, God already has the heavens and the earth. You can't get any grander. God doesn't need a house. God needs a heart. As Isaiah suggests, God is looking for a person, simple and plain, reverently responsive to God's possibilities. What's so hard about that? A dear friend shared this poem with me earlier this week that he discovered on a blog called A Year of Being Here. The poet is Tom Barrett, and it's entitled, What's in a Temple? In the quiet spaces of my mind, a thought lies still, but ready to spring. It begs me to open the door so it can walk about. The poets speak in obscure terms pointed madly at the unsayable. The sages say nothing, but walk ahead, patting their thigh, calling us to follow. The monk sits pen in hand, poised to explain the cloud of unknowing. The seeker seeks just around the corner from the truth. If she stands still, it will catch up with her. Pause with us here a while. Put your ear to the wall of your heart. Listen for the whisper of knowing there. Love will touch you if you are very still. If I say the word God, people run away. They've been frightened, sat on till the Spirit cried, "Uncle." Now they play hide and seek with somebody they can't name. They know he's out there looking for them, and they want to be found. But there's all this stuff in the way. I can't talk about God and make any sense. And I can't not talk about God and make any sense. So we talk about the weather, and we're talking about God. I miss the old temples where you could hang out with God. Still, we have pet pounds where you can feel love draped in warm fur and sense the whole tragedy of life and death. You see there the consequences of carelessness, and you feel there the yapping urgency of life that wants to be lived. The only things lacking are the frankincense and myrrh. We don't build many temples anymore. Maybe we learned that the sacred can't be contained, or maybe it can't be sustained inside a building. Buildings crumble. It's the Spirit that lives on. If you had a temple in the secret spaces of your heart, what would you worship there? What would you bring to sacrifice? What would be behind the curtain in the Holy of Holies? Go there now. Stop trying so hard to build a temple to visit occasionally, and instead open the sacred space in your heart so that God can fill every moment. Just a thought.